Hello, how's everybody doing today? I am drugged up. I am not feeling well, but I'm going to stream a little bit. Let's get this done. I'm not going to take a day off. I am going to try and make some money. If I feel like my decisions are not good, I may quit. But yeah, I think this is what, episode 27? I mean, heck, we've played 26 straight days. I want to go for a full month here. So let's try and do this. So we have 4 tables of 10 and L going. We'll ISO this guy. I think he posted, if I'm not mistaken, on the bottom left here. We're going to end up in a... Here's a heads up pod. This board does connect fairly well with a lot of ranges he can have. I don't think this hand's good enough to check back, although he does lead. But if he had checked, I don't think this hand is good enough to check back and then call a lead or raise a lead. Although we do have a gut shot. I think we can raise a donk bet, because I think he might just fold a 9 here sometimes. And we could certainly have the best hand as well. If you had a hand like King 10 or something like that. Of course, that just got there. I'm not sure if I should barrel this. We have about a pot size bet. I think I can just check back and take our hand to showdown, perhaps. I'm not sure. I'm not too fond of his call on the flop there, honestly. And the king does complete a few hands. I think he honestly might have something like Queen X here, and now this looks like a block bet. And I honestly don't think he's going to fold to a shove as this hand played out. I don't know about turning our hand to a bluff. It's just a matter of whether I can call here or not. And I just don't think that I can. Guess I could just fold this. I could sometimes jam in that spot as a bluff, I think. But this, I'm just not confident that this guy is going to actually fold his hand. I don't want to build a pot with top pair here. I will bet that dynamic turn, however. Bet here. Now would he have bet any flush draws that he might have? So I think he's likely going to have a hand like King 5 if he's betting for value. I'm just going to check this river. I'm going to bet here. I think if I call this bet, I have to call a river bet. I think if he had a hand like King X, he might just call this bet, fold the weak ace here. I don't think he would definitely raise. I think he's raising. All the hands that he could be raising this turn with are beating me. I could see him having like 9x with a high diamond, like ace of diamonds, queen of diamonds. That's the only hand I can think of that's... And I think he even calls with that hand because he's got showdown value. I think 25 big blinds I could shove here. I think I can just fold. I mean, and once again, we're just seeing the aggression at 10 and L to start out here. It's just ridiculous. We're getting raised on every hand we play. Yeah, not a big fan of that. I would prefer to see a bunch of weak passive play. We get like a brilliant turn card for our hand, and we have a 1 SPR on the turn. We just have to jam this. A lot of time he's just going to have an ace, but that's not necessarily the case. He could have an 8. He could have a heart draw or something as well. Not that he'll necessarily fold that, but even if he has an ace here, we have like a shit ton of outs. So we're fine with a call if he has an ace. If he doesn't have an ace 30% of the time, it's like hugely plus EV to shove there. So a lot of passive players behind us, it looks like. I don't think ISOing here is good. We're going to have like a 4-way pot, potentially, with a hand that could be dominated sometimes. I think this hand plays really well, though, in a limped pot. I'm going to limp and try to play in position here. This guy's 80-0 over 5 hands. Don't think I could profitably shove this. Oh, wait. We got a 3-bet anyway. I'm just going to just fold that. Yeah. We'll just try and navigate these waters. I like a bet here. It's kind of a dry board. I think we can credibly rep a king. A lot of times we'll just take this down. There's some good turn cards for us as well. I could see somebody check calling a weak king, but I just think a bet's going to win so often there on that kind of board. I think with the stack size we can actually peel here. It's a little loose to call like this in the cutoff, but it is a min raise, and we're likely to see a 3 or 4 way pot. We could win a big pot if we happen to hit there, and we're getting a really good price when you consider implied odds. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna fold. I don't like. I mean, if it was just a paired board like Queen 7-7, I might peel here because our 5 would definitely be an out then, most likely. But Queen Jack's definitely a possibility here. Pocket Queens. I'm just gonna let it go. There's some reverse implied odds problems there, even though we're getting like an extremely good price to try and hit a 5 or something on the turn. We're just gonna let that one go. And we'll just lead with the gut shot here. Backdoor flush draw. We'll continue navigating these aggro 10 and L waters here. See if I can get my graph going here. Did upload a few more hands. You'll be able to tell on my graph that we've been kind of on a treadmill here for the last few sessions, which is going to happen eventually, right? I guess it's better to be on a treadmill than on a downward trend. Let's see if I can get this working for you. Get that out of the way. And that, we should be good to go here. Alright. So you can see we peaked. We're pretty close to our peak. Actually, this doesn't include yesterday's hands, so we were up $10 yesterday. So our peak was about $100, so we're about 10 short of that. You can tell by my graphs. So we're going to try and push forward today. We're going to do our best. But, you know, we have to just take what the poker gods give us, right? I'm going to try and pay attention today, because if we happen to get pretty close to 150 today, I'm going to close out these tables and we'll take a shot at 25 and L. We'll go ahead and start. I think right now we're at about 136. We need about $14. Not 100%. It's not super likely we're going to get there today, but take a little bit of run good. We might do it. Oops, that's the table we were just on. Could have just fold the 6-7 against a 43-14. He would need to be opening fairly wide. He may very well be opening wide. I just preliminary read, you know. Gotta give him some credit there. Not defend too wide. I think he's just limping a lot of his range there, usually, or just maybe even folding. Open this. It's always a good feeling. Open the 8-4 and get an insta-fold. I like this table dynamic. We have a 45-9 here, a 45-36 here, limper now here, a couple passive potential players to our left. It's a good dynamic. This is what you're looking for. These aren't super whaley players probably, but this is certainly a dynamic that's worth staying for. It's profitable. Really profitable. If this music is too loud, let me know. Restarted my computer today, so I've got to get everything set up correctly again. Go. That out of the way. Delay starting the stream. This do some setup thing. Kind of flying by the seat of her pants. With a 38-8 and the... Not that we wouldn't open this in most dynamic anyways. This is like good hand open for position. We have a 38-8 in the... We'll definitely want to play a pot in position. Player. This is a good flop for our hand. Definitely bet for value here. And picking up ace-king on the next hand is a very good thing. Under the gun limp from a 21-0. I expect this to be a lot of small pairs and a lot of suited connector type hands. Ace-queen, ace-jack even sometimes from a passive player like this. Obviously, we're just with a nut hand like ace-king. This guy opens again. King 8 is definitely strong enough to defend. I think we'll be raising a lot of flops because I would be expected to defend a lot of ace. I think I'm going to have to. I think at face value, this is just profit. Just a one and done here is going to show us a profit, I think. I'd like to sometimes have some backdoor equities, but I think just that raise is going to get him off everything that doesn't include an ace. And when he calls, he's just got an ace or a flush draw. We're actually beating some of his flush draws now, so we can check back and try to get the showdown. And I think if he bets the river, it's either a bluff or an ace. I think this is a bluff a lot. Unfortunately, I think a lot of his bluffs beat us. It's a better king X, which he probably gets that in the flop, honestly. I think this is usually just ace X, and when he shoves like this, a lot of times, I mean, it is kind of a hot size. You know, I only have $1.70. I think it could just be an ace X. If it is a busted bluff, I mean, I'm trying to think of something, a weaker flush draw or something, but our raise on the flop usually indicates we have an ace, so if he thinks we have an ace here, is he really going to shove a hand like, I don't know, ace 4? I mean, we don't know what he's thinking, obviously, but I just think this is a value shove most of the time when he's doing this, like he has ace 5, or I don't know, maybe he had jack 5 of spades, or whatever, you know, something that improved on the river a lot of the time. People call raises on flops, they usually just, and they're representing by their call. Not always. This is a good board to see. Usually when boards pair on turns and you have air, it's a good spot to give up. Rather than just trying to barrel off and rep a 4 when he's never going to fold a queen or a 3 very often. I think we could check through this board. I think we get a lot of information if he bets. He's not likely to have a 7 here. But if this player was to raise here, I could see myself playing sometimes. But I think it's just a check call. He has a, I mean, obviously we don't want a hand like 8, 9 have a chance to get in there, but I think a lot of times he's just going to have a 10. I mean, on the other hand, I guess we don't want to jack or higher to peel if he does have a 10x hand. But if he has a hand like 6s, 5s, 4s, we want to give him a chance to barrel. And he could sometimes just have bluffs here too, so a really good card. Now we're going to check shove. And hopefully he continues his bluff. Yeah, so if he has a 10 here, I expect he's going to call our shove. I'm just going to ship it. And we own him with his 10-8 or whatever he had. Ship the ace-queen suited off a single raise. We can just limp this. There's a lot of situations we can continue if people raise here or 3-bet or whatever. Raise, re-raise. Because we're getting such a good price with this hand. If we had ISO there, we pretty much committed any flops, so that's my point. Player's fairly tight. I don't know, I guess we can, it's like a check, so I'm just going to call. I'm in bet. I'm going to peel with the 6s. Yeah, probably just have to check fold that flop. Try to get to showdown. I think I have to call now that I had a jack on the turn. Potentially have the best hand here. I definitely have to fold now. So yeah, he was bluffing, but this guy had a flush, unfortunately. Oh well. Did we get called up here? So I expect us to have a best hand. If he does have something, it's going to be like 9x, jack x, and I don't expect him to bet that very often on the river. He could definitely bet like ace-jack here, honestly. So we probably have to bet. I think he even checks back all his ace highs, so probably not going to be a bluff when he. I think if he was going to bluff, he'd do it on earlier streets. I have no reason to think I don't have the best hand here, because he calls the flop on an 8-3-3. I think we're just going to have the best hand here a lot. I think he's going to check back all his 8s and 3s. Yeah, sucks. How many 8s and 3s can he have in his range, right? Probably a call if he had jammed that river. Because I think he's just crap when he does that. He's either got nuts or nothing. We're just going to protect our deuces. We didn't look at what we got called with earlier on our... Not that it matters, but I'm going to look. You guys probably know because you guys are paying attention. The attention span of a Wawa. Alright. Yeah, so we got called by King Jacks. Which guy called us? The end of the gun player limp called with King Jack suited after this guy had ISO'd him. That's cool. That's pretty fishy. So can we flat this with the 2 fish behind? I think we can. And we're getting almost 20-1 implied odds, and we have 2 whales behind us. So huge premium on hitting a set here. If it happened to happen, we can win a giant pot. So with that kind of huge implied odds, I think we have to call. I think we have to just fold here. He's got a this range connects pretty well with an undergun opening range from a 27-9. Are we really going to try and get pocket kings or something off their hand here? Or even pocket jacks, which a few combos have a spade in it. I think we had a plan pre-flop to try and get these players involved. Our plan kind of didn't work out, so we'll just fold. Yeah, so we'll just fold. Right. Actually felt better this morning. Woke up. As soon as I got up and got in the shower, it hit me. And everything just kind of clogged again. And I probably should have took nasal spray before I started this stream, because now I think what I took this morning is starting to wear off. So yeah, sorry about this, but I can't breathe right now. I may definitely cut this stream short. Let's get off of this one, find another table. Here's one, and that's a really good flop for our hand, considering a lot of his calling range will connect with that flop. I don't think we can slow play here. I don't think he's going to bet all of his small pairs. So he's going to check back. Where does it say I have a maximum number of tables up? Doesn't make any sense. I only have 3. Anyways, I got a bet here. Why did it say I have the maximum number of tables? I don't have but 3 tables up. Piece of shit. The bug. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen a fair amount. But he's going to check back everything anyway, so there's no point in not betting. We need to build a pot against hands that connect some way with that board, like open-enders or bottom pairs, top pairs. There's no point in slow playing there. It just sucks that we hit the part of his range that had an error or something that couldn't continue. I'm just going to lead with my 3, assuming it's the best hand quite often here. And we have backdoor options, 2 pair options. There you go, there's one of them. I don't think this guy has to have an ace. I think we can just bet for value again here. Whether we improve or not, we might be able to do some kind of weird value bluff shove on the river and get him to call with a deuce. That was actually a good opportunity. We'll call, you know. If you bet size your betting, I'm just gonna pot it here because we're gonna have any of this, right? He limps. I can't either, but he doesn't. Not thinking that way, right? See here. And we're now at about $140. We're 3 buy-ins away from getting to 25 and L, so we'll have to keep that in mind as we have a gutter ball here. I like a lead. Stay aggressive. Trying to hit our 5 here. 5 of spades on the turn. That would be pretty sweet. You raise. That's not a 5 of spades. What's this guy gonna have in the? Is he gonna have an ace? Can we get him off a king by the river? Can we rep an ace? I think we have to bet again. I think we have to try and get this guy off a king. If he has a weak ace and he didn't, and he somehow has a weak ace in the big blind, I mean, he got us, right? Or queen jack or something like that. Something crazy. Looks like he had either ace 10 or king jack or king 10. Or queen jack, I'm sorry. The hell, man. So weird. Get raised on hard. Looks so strong when I lead twice there too. That's what's kind of sick, is he's got to have a strong hand there. I look so strong. Wow, so many tables available and none of them are 10 and L. Oh, this might be a little loose. But I have a 75-0 in the big blind and an empty seat here basically with this guy, so I didn't expect this guy to be in it either. We'll put this guy in a pretty strong range here, or at least a good speculative range. So we'll have to play pretty according to that. I think we can mitigate. A lot of the times he has like a small pair here. I'm gonna check call, and then we kind of have to just check back, and then we're just kind of playing guessing games. I think we can rep a missed hand here and maybe get him to bluff some turns. Some instances. Of course, we could be getting owned by something like, I don't know, like at 6s, 7s, or 8s that could have flatted in the blinds here. And I think we do lose to those hands, but I think it's more likely I have to bet big here because he's going to have ace-x that's going to contain a lot. I think he bets all of his 6s plus hands. I think we're good here, vast majority of the time, but he's going to peel with ace. So we have to get as much money in the pot on the turn, and he's just never going to call with ace high again, so we can check back and be good. Oh my god. Really? Really? He called a pot-sized bet with king high there, where he's never, ever, ever good. Never good. Wow. Never ceases to amaze me. I don't mind him calling with that hand, but come on, guys. I mean, really? 88% equity and we can't win that one after potting it? Well, at least my read was right? I just expected to see ace high there, not... Yeah. Gross. Yeah, I'm gonna act like I'm on tilt here and get this asshole to maybe call me light here. This is ace 7 or whatever he's got. Okay, ace 10. I'll take it. Ah, you son of a... Ah, head outs. This guy's like super luck box against it. We're just gonna raise here. Sense. I'm just gonna check back. That's too slow playish. Now we have a lot of options. I can either shove, some dynamic boards, or I can bet small. I think just 30 cents again gets the job done. Good result. Really good result. Thank you, sir. Just have to avoid a 5. We win. Too bad it wasn't a bigger pot. But he probably doesn't play that loosey-goosey if I have a bigger stack anyway, so it's all good. How dare this son of a bitch here keep us from getting to our goal of moving up today. And if you're playing and you're watching this stream, I'm sorry, you're not really a son of a bitch. I'm just got my competitive fire going right now because I'm getting close and I wanna get there. Sick of playing this N&L crap. Getting check raised bluffed on rivers and stuff. Let's move on to 25 now where we can get check raised on rivers even more. Okay, we'll take this. I think if we bet here, we have to get it in. Wow, he's put us in an awkward spot by donk betting. Honestly, I think with a gut shot, an over, and middle pair, we might just have to get it in here. Or can we just call, play a turn? I don't give him a lot of credit here. That's like the worst turn card in the world. My God. Yeah, just throw a 7 of clubs out there. I mean, pretty much a 7 or a 6. I mean, a queen's pretty bad too, I think, but put a deuce out there so I can just snap off his shove on the turn, because I think he shoves all of his open enders on the turn as well. And if he happens to have it, I mean, we have outs, so just don't put a 7 of clubs out there. That's weird. Okay. Or maybe he just had 2 pair and we just saved some money, you know? Maybe that was a good turn card for us, so.
Listen up for the perfect holiday gift. This season, she'll hear Christmas carols, sleigh bells, and holiday laughter.
I think we got a bet. We have a gut shot. We probably have the best hand. We can get better hands to fold. We can get hands with a lot of equity to fold.
At forevermark.com.
Only bad things can happen if we check that back.
Right? Freedom to plan a trip online and go. My wife just says vacation, and bam, I booked the flights, hotel, even a sunset cruise. But I do need help keeping my credit card details safe. That's why I use
This table we're staying on, let's see. Knit here. Fish here. Yeah, we'll stay on that table. This one looks good too. This one was obviously good. We have an idiot behind us. We have an idiot to our right. And we'll stay on this table.
Hi, I'm Jan. Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hi, Jan. I'm Dan.
We've got great deals, Dan.
I'm a fan, Jan. I love that tan sedan, but will it fit my whole clan?
Sure. Or try the RAV4. Oh, I blew it.
Get 0% APR for 72 months on a new 2017
Hey, Osama. Yeah, the chat works.
2017 0 down for
It works every day. I just sometimes forget to refresh it, or I've left it up the prior day and it doesn't automatically work the next day. I have to restart it. But it's working today. If I remember to glance over at it. Not too vigilant right now with my cold and everything.
So whatever you're inspired to build in life,
But yeah, feel free to chat away.
make it possible. iShares by BlackRock. Inspired to build.
Definitely ISO this one. Or whatever the terminology is. Good result. Pick it down. Little weak, but whatever. We'll play a pot with these two guys. Yeah. We defend here. King 9 offsuit. I think we have to. You guys gotta have a fairly tight range here most of the time, but I think King 9 offsuit's too wrong to not defend. I think we just have to protect our hand here. Also, if he's slow playing a queen, we need to know now, not later. Right. I think we have to bet again. He's probably going to let us know on the turn with a small bet whether he has a queen or not. But I think there's definitely hands like Jack 10, Ace 10, Ace Jack, Ace High that'll continue there. We get value from those hands. So it's definitely a bet, I think. This guy's tight enough we can open 100%. Fold this. Fold that. Fold that. Fold that. Weird. Where's my chat at? I don't think it's showing up on the screen like it's supposed to. Weird. Glad you mentioned that, Osama. I'm not seeing my chat. It's supposed to automatically be over there. See what's going on here. Kind of a tricky spot. There's worse hands that can raise us here. I think those hands will probably have overs and a lot of equity. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry about that. Apparently the software I use to do my overlay has a giant ad on it when you open it up. Sorry about that. Ugh. Frustrating that they do that to me. I think we have to bet fold the turn. Oh well. I guess we'll have to check back and hope he just has like 3x. Oh, never mind, can't check back. Yeah, whatever. He's pretty tight, so I'll just give him credit there. 43-14 the blinds, we'll bet there. Let's see if I can get this working without blasting people's ears out. Be annoying that they have this stupid ad. Get that turned off here before it can blast anybody. Hopefully. I got it, I think. Excuse me. Huh. Not sure why my chat isn't working. That's something I'll have to troubleshoot. Should be popping up there on the left-hand side. Why is it not? Testing. Really weird. Well, maybe if I do this, reconnect it. Hey, when shit doesn't work. Freaking annoying. That's where it's supposed to be. That's weird. It's showing up there. I wonder if it could be weird. Update it. I got any ideas? I'm using StreamX. It's weird when it's showing up on the dashboard. Yeah, it is showing, but on my actual screen in OBS, it's not showing up. think if it wasn't working, the rest of it wouldn't show up. But it is. There's something covering it. Maybe. Huh. I don't know. I think 19 big blinds I'll just shove here. Cut off. Probably get called by a small pair. That would be sweet. Some other shenanigans type hand. Not a trap. The longer he takes, the more I want to call. Huh. Nothing else is working. You know, not working is. I got to defend against a 4x rate. So. What? Maybe it's got something to do with this. That. Idea. That would be silly if that's the case. That's not it. Weird. Open the fours, got this guy in the blinds. Thought I checked that a long time ago. Sit on this table while I think about this. The 3 tables, I think it's a little easier to do when I'm troubleshooting. If Google knows anything. Oh, interesting river. I bet fold that river. Could he bluff now? Probably bet folds better. Definitely could have a club here. Definitely could have a bluff as well. What's going to call the turn? And bluff the river isn't going to check back. So if he had like 10x, ace x, 9x, queen x, probably just going to check back this river. Hard for him. I guess he could have... What kind of draw could he have that isn't a flush, though? King Jack got there.
Listen up for the perfect holiday gift. This season she'll hear
Give him some credit here.
sleigh bells and holiday
It's a limped pot, so...
forever marked
Small pot.
diamond earrings will really be music to her ears. This Christmas,
I don't think it's really worth fighting for that much.
Just because
That.
it has a number doesn't mean you should be treated like one. From courteous cabin crew members who greet you to authentic gourmet Japanese cuisine and meticulous attention to detail. No matter who you are or where you sit, elevate your senses to new heights of luxury with A&A. Welcome to an experience that is in a class all by itself. Click now to begin your journey to Asia with A&A Experience Class and playlists curated by superstar DJ and producer Steve Aoki.
College? That's a
Well, I guess what I can do for now...
the most exciting opportunities out there. Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida wants to make it easy and affordable to get the degree
Yeah, I can do.
when you want, the way you want. From ministry to business to nursing, we've got more than 60 Christ-centered majors to choose from, all designed to prepare you to make a difference in the world. Start your Southeastern story today by visiting seu.edu.
The new Hulu original series Shut Eye takes a darkly comedic look at the world of Los Angeles storefront psychics and the organized crime that runs them. Watch Jeffrey Donovan, Katie Strickland, and Isabella Rossellini in Shut Eye. All episodes now streaming, only on Hulu.
See if that temporary fix works here. Okay, so sorry for the trouble on that. Hopefully that'll fix it for now. And I'll troubleshoot that later off stream. You guys don't have to sit there and watch me troubleshoot. So hopefully this little fix will work. Not the prettiest chat in the world, but at least you can see it. If it works. Y'all see. And thanks for catching that, Osama. I had never even noticed that. I wonder how many streams in a row I've gone without chat. Pretty annoying. Huh. It's something to do with Stream X because the rest of it works. I mean, I've got the all the overlay is working. Chat isn't showing up like it's in the spot it's supposed to. 13 big blinds has to go in here. This guy's only 7-4. Oh. I think I'll defend the queen in here. And probably just check shove on that dynamic board. I have to protect my hand by check shoving. I think 13 big blinds, even though this guy's super tight, just has queen. That sucks. This guy just happens to have kings. What the hell? Nice button range with kings. I mean, I expect to call often here, so, I mean, we're just hoping to have 33% equity or whatever. 29% equity is probably what we need here. Hopefully we just got some outs here. Maybe we got some chop outs against the ace X's. I think it's a pipe dream, though. I just think we're beat here. Wow, we had outs. We were flipping, basically, for triple ups. That's a really profitable spot right there. And we did suck out here, so that's good. so we'll take it. Even though it's a pretty horrible board, I think we just have to c-bet because we have no showdown value. I think he's going to hate that board a lot too if he has like, well, just air. Looks like it connects with a lot of ranges, so I think it's going to work often enough. That's a pretty bad board. I think I just have to fold to a min bet here. We have like just 2 overs on a really dynamic board. I think I'll check back on this. Probably raise a lot of turns here. Or just bet to protect our hand with equity. Um, 6-8 might be a little weak here to do anything with. We will let it go. Not sure this is a great table, so probably gonna think about sitting out here now. I think our fishy players left. 6-4 is a little weak there, I think. Even though we're getting a good price. 6-4 offsuit. Would have been a pretty good flop for us, though. I'm not sure this table's worth staying on now either. This guy's 34-8. 38 hands, so yeah, we'll stay. Never mind. Go ahead and bail on this one. We're going to play this out of position here. That's why you don't want to do it, because play huge guessing games with second pair. Probably I'd just have to stack on this flop with a gut shot as well. Avoid that spot altogether. Let me check my balance here. We did double up once, although we did lose some money too. So yeah, we're still about 139, 140. We haven't really gone up any. We kind of maintained. Yeah. We'll need to run really good here for the next, I don't know, however long it is. I think we have to raise here. There's too many hands that have a lot of equity on the board. I think it looks like we wouldn't jam a jack here, so I'm just gonna jam. If he has the case jack, it's just a huge cooler. But I think he could call with a queen to an overbet, and we'll try to get him to call with like a big spade draw or something. Tricky little spot here with 20 big blinds. We have a SPR of 2 though, so I think we're committed. There's certainly worse aces that can continue. I think checking and just seeing what everybody else does first is probably our best bet. Probably just getting it in if he bets the up. Certainly a bet and a raise could be a fold here. I think with the SPR the way it is, and there's diamond draws, we certainly are going to be beat a fair amount, but you can't have an SPR of 2 and fold top pair with a 10 kicker. Have to get it in, just hope we're not against ace jack, ace queen, a set, you know, whatever else could be beating us. So we're winning often enough to make this profitable. If anybody's going to have us beat, it's this guy. We'll see, but he isn't a big blind, so he could have like ace 9, ace 8. Certainly a lot of diamond draws are going to call here. So I like the spot. Now that he's delaying, I don't think... If he had ace jack or better, the money would be in there already. If he is, he's slow rolling me. Maybe he doesn't realize it. Okay. We actually won that one. That was really bad. I don't know what he's thinking there. He's just a fish, I guess. Very tight fish, 17-8. That's really strange. Oh, we'll take it. I'm not complaining. That gets us up closer to our goal. Hell, we may be like 2.5 buy-ins away here. It's getting exciting, guys. Might get there. Have an hour to do it. If I end up playing the full time. I don't necessarily want to play the full 2 hours, unfortunately. My throat's getting really raw right now. I'm just like completely clogged too, so while I would be nice to hit the 25 NL today, really not realistic anyway if you think about it. I mean, my hourly rate is going to be like $3 an hour, so if you think about it that way, we have $6 to $9 to go or something like that. I mean, I also don't want to get in like to where we're pressing. I probably would be better off just not even knowing what we're at and just waiting till the end of the session. So what I'm going to do probably here, let me think about it for a second. We'll play about 10 to 15 more minutes. Unless we double up a couple more times. If we double up a couple more times, we're going to stop, look at where we're at, and we may go ahead and plan on just moving up next session. If that happens to happen, we'll stop the session then. But I'm going to play 10 to 15 more minutes. And I'm going to end regardless just because I just feel like shit. And I don't want to play... I feel like... It's also getting close to Christmas. I need to go home downstairs and help a little bit with dinner before I crash on the couch for a while. And all that good stuff. So if you're hearing the Skype messages in the background, I'm sorry. I could shut down Skype, but I'm lazy. Change my status to do not disturb. Go. Whew. I may just reset a Stream X. Maybe that'll fix it. Bad issue. This guy's pretty tight. I think I can actually steal this with these type players. I think it's actually pretty standard, probably. If I get called 1 out of 3 times, I'm going to be in position. Or actually more than that. These guys are more likely to call than this guy, so... That's a pretty good flop to see bet. Do have some back doors as well. Pretty primo here, I think, to... You bastard. Alright, just take it. Okay, that's a good start here. Quick bet. Ah, that's pretty frustrating. We're definitely gonna play the Queen Jack suit. Runner Royal is gonna happen. Runner Royal.
Freedom, right? Freedom to plan a trip online and go. My wife just says
72.
bam, I booked the flights, hotel, even a sunset cruise.
If I were deeper, this would be a decent spot to peel, but picked up a flush draw.
Online purchases so I can daydream about the islands.
400 million users trust Kaspersky Lab, the world's most awarded internet security. Buy Kaspersky Internet Security today at Kaspersky.com.
College? That's a big decision. Earning a degree is one of the most exciting opportunities out there. Southeastern University in Lakeland, Florida wants to make it easy and affordable to get the degree you want, when you want, the way you want. From ministry to business to nursing, we've got more than
We're about 141 or so right now.
all designed to prepare you to make a difference in the world. Start your
We're up about 7 for this session. 2 buy-ins, we'll take it. Have to run pretty good here in the next minutes. Go about 7 to 10 more minutes. I think we just have to bet here. Fold to 7-4 suited. This isn't a great table, but we'll stay on it just because we're leaving soon anyway. Definitely going to lead this turn. We're going to call this turn. Lead. And we may bluff this river. Out of here. Bet pretty confidently on the turn of the river. Yeah, we had a good price there in the turn. I think we'll just fold. Pretty strong when he leads. I mean, he certainly could have busted draw or something. I just think we're getting snapped off by like 2 pair there a lot as well. Tend to want to not bluff 44-11s. Even in obvious spots, really, a lot of the time. We're heads up here, so I'm off going. Gonna play standard here, jam. Anything tricky. I mean, with a 60-40 behind me, I sometimes can call. Trying to do something. Play straightforward here. Last few minutes. I'm not going to try and find another table. We'll just get out here. We'll protect our hand here. Assuming people would have bet an ace. On that kind of board. Be a really weird play to check back an ace there. He certainly could have some hard draws, but I think I just have to bet fold. I think an 8. Yeah. I mean, I have an inducing type bet, but I could see something. I mean, he's kind of raising small here. I mean, not to say that I haven't seen people do that at this stage. I just think I'm beat here a lot. It's a pretty standard raise here with a second pair on this board. Not the greatest turn card, though. Guess we just have to give it up there. We don't want to be making plays when we may be drawing dead. Getting some bad turns and rivers recently. I'm gonna just continue playing poker and try not to spew here in the last couple minutes of our session. I'm gonna. Once he calls on this board, I don't think he's gonna fold on a turn. Or probably just give up here. Wow, really? Queen King. There's people with King High. I go for thin value here. What is he doing? I mean, what are these people doing? There are some fish still left. supremely fishy plays going on. We're just going to give up with the Jack 8 here. Got a three-way pot with the station behind us, you know, all that good stuff. Let's get in with the Ace King versus Ace Jack and finish strong in this session. Do a standard open. We get 3-bet. Yeah, I mean, this is, if there's ever a board you can just check back and give up, but I think with Ace High we have to at least bet one street. Like the worst possible flop for any hand. Even if we had aces here, we'd be hating life. So we're really just hoping for a 6 and a chop now. You know, that's a good card. A lot of hands missed. Well, so we just take it to showdown. Hope to be good here. So we get a little lucky there, but he did suck out. Go ahead and sit out next big blind. Go ahead and end this session. Not gonna raise a hand like this type of player. I need something that flops a little bit better there. We'll just limp and go for the gusto here. I could just open shove there to end the session. Maybe get called light. This player is likely to ISO a lot. Go for that. I'd like to have at least one more aggressive player, but under the gun I think it's fine. Because this is what can happen, you know, you get a raise on a call. This is like a hugely plus EV spot here now. Especially if this player gets involved. Don't mind a 3-bet, because if he 3-bets, he could just be targeting this ISOing guy. So I mean, it's funny that I would even be thinking that at 10 and L. You know, because that's normally a higher stakes type play. Reluctantly going to leave this table. Oh, get it in. Nothing but 2 unpaired cards, and they fold and we profit. What's there? We're guaranteed to be above 140 now, regardless of what happens in the next hand. So that's good. We're up a couple buy-ins today. We're only less than $10 from moving up. Today was a good day. This thing going like this instead of like that. Was it like this the graph? Be this and then that. There. And we are done. See how we did? You guys know already, we already talked about it, but here we go. Just under 100, well, whoa. What are the odds of that? Does that keep happening or what? We hit it on the penny, 141. So we are $9 away now from moving up to 5 and L. I mean, we could go ahead and take a shot. We have 18 buy-ins, 17 buy-ins, whatever it is. No, 19 buy-ins, right? 150 is 20 buy-ins. 750 times 20. 19 buy-ins. Well, we'll go ahead and wait till we're at 150. What's our rush, right? So we'll hope we have one of these sessions next time and not one of these or these. And we'll try and keep moving up. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go rest my voice box here. And we'll plan on, no promises, but I did plan on playing a little bit tomorrow and Sunday. I definitely want to, but I have family activities. That's my first priority. But yeah, we'll definitely see if I can get a stream going tomorrow as well. I'm gonna keep the bankroll going, and it'll be a nice Christmas present for us to move up to 25 and L as well, assuming the games will be good tomorrow, right? And also Saturday. People are off work. They got a little bit of holiday money in their pocket. They're looking to might throw it on a poker site. So play a little bit of 10 and L. Try and make their fortune there, right? So, again, thanks everybody for watching. We will see you next time.